we are moving towards the third part of kinetic theory of gases. In this part we will discuss one vital thing, that means equipartition of energy, its principle, degrees of freedom and explanation, and the relation between equipartition of energy and heat capacity. Let's start. Equipartition of energy, what is the principle over here? Equipartition, from the name I think we can easily identify what can be the matter. Equipartition means equally divided of energy. Very simple way we have understood, that means from the name, that means equipartition means equally divided. Now let's see the principle. The total amount of energy of a molecule is equally, as I told, that means equally distributed among the different degrees of freedom. Now this is the new term. I will explain one by slowly over here. So the first thing we have to learn over here, that means the total amount of energy of a molecule is equally distributed among the different degrees of freedom of that molecule actually. So this is the principle for equipartition of energy. Let us explain about the degrees of freedom. What is the meaning of degrees of freedom? Now degrees of freedom, actually the number of, it is the number of independent square term required to express the total energy of a molecule. Again I am repeating, it is the number of independent square terms required to express the total energy of a molecule. So if we try to find out the total amount of energy of a molecule, whatever the number of square term, independent square term is there, that number is known as degrees of freedom. It will be much more clear as we proceed. So this is called degrees of freedom. Let's move into the next part. Next part means next segment of this part. Let's see what is the degrees of freedom. I think little bit idea we have got over here. Now let's start with that means how we can find out the total amount of energy of a molecule. Total energy. Let's see. First of all, we have to remember that for a molecule, for a single molecule, let it is the energy of for a single molecule, epsilon or small e we can say. So it must be associated about 3 type of energy. That means TR for translational, energy, rotational energy, it is for rotational, plus E of vibrational energy. So 3 type of energy can be associated in a molecule. So translational energy, rotational energy and vibrational energy. We will elaborate one by one. At first, translational energy. Translational energy, that means this translational energy must have 3 components. One according to this axis, another this is the this axis, and another that means 3 axes. If we consider it is x axis, it is y axis, it is z axis. That means 3 component, that means ex will be there, ey will be there, and ez will be there. 3 component, that means 3 axes. I think it will be much more clear if we consider this board over here, this paper. So if the movement is like this way, if the movement is like this way, this is along the x-axis. If the movement is like this way along the y-axis, and if the movement is like this way, upward, okay, upward, downward, whatever, it is a z-axis. So 3 axes, 3 direction may be there. So according to translation and energy, that means 3 components is there. So each translation and energy is the summation of ex, ey, and ez. Now another thing we have to remember that this translation kinetic energy is nothing but that is half m c square. C is the velocity of the molecule, and this c obviously having the 3 component. Along this component we can write here cx, along this component we can write here cy, along this component it can be written as cz, and this c square can be expressed as cx square, cy square, and cz square. So from the probability of movement is equal, so we can write over here, that means cx square equal to cy square and cz square. Same probability is there. So along x-axis the translation energy will be half mc square. Along y-axis it will be half mcy square. Along z-axis it will be half mcz square. So finally what we have got, that means E translation energy is equal to half mcx square plus half mcy square plus half mcz square. Let me think this is the first equation. Next, moving forward, let's think about that. So last expression we have got E translational, that means half mcx square plus half mcy square plus half cz square. Now on the other hand, it can be proved, that means E translation energy is equal to 3/2 kT, where k is the Boltzmann constant, and T is the temperature in Kelvin. Okay, so now putting this value, if we compare this and this, obviously it becomes Ex, that means ETR equal to Ey plus Ez, that is equal to 3/2 kT. Because all components values are equal to each other, because cx square equal to cy square equal to cz square, so overall, and mass of a molecule, single molecule, will be same. Okay, so obviously, so they are equally, so Ex equal to Ey equal to Ez, so therefore we can write each component equal to half kT, and Ey will be half kT, and Ez will be half kT. Now here, so each component contributes half kT. For each component the contribution will be half kT. Now each component is called one of the degrees of freedom. As I told earlier, in case of, let me compare this one. So degrees of freedom, in case of degrees of freedom, what I have told, independent number of independent square terms required. Now look at here. So these are the independent components and this is the square, one square term. That means this is the first one of degree of freedom, this is second degree of freedom, it is third degrees of freedom. So how many translational degrees of freedom is there? So 3 translational degrees of freedom is there. So 3 translational degrees of freedom is there. So 3 translational degrees of freedom is there. So each contributes half kT, each equal to half kT. Hope that up to translation energy it's clear to all of us. Now for any molecule 3 translational energy must be there, that means 3 component must be there, 3 degrees of freedom must be there. Now this is for translation energy. I have told that means total translational energy would be 3/2 kT. Now moving to the next part, that means rotational. Moving to the next part, that means rotational energy. For monoatomic molecule there is no question of rotation, but for a diatomic molecule, for diatomic molecule, how many rotational energy rotation will be there? Let me consider this is a diatomic molecule. Let me consider, just think about that. So this is the single molecule. I have told 2 terminal ends are there, one end, and that means one atom is here, another atom is here. So how many types of rotation can be there? So one rotation is like this, one rotation is like this, that means one type of rotation, this is the one type of rotation can be happen. Another type of rotation, this rotation can be happen. So whenever a single molecule we have considered this type of molecule, diatomic molecule, so one this rotation can be happen, another this rotation can be happen, that means this rotation can be happen, this rotation can be happen, that means 2 rotation can be happen over here. One is like this way, okay, this way, and another, how we can write here, another this way, that means upward downward. So 2 rotation, and that means 2, there are 2 degrees of freedom is there. So total contribution, what will be the total contribution? That is half kT for each one, for each period into 2, that means it will be kT. So it is for rotational. Now E vibrational. Now for E vibrational, what will be the value over here? Now in case of vibration for diatomic molecule, I have considered. For diatomic molecule, let me consider, let me think about this rubber, okay, that means 2 terminal and 2 atoms are there. What type of vibration can be happen? It can be stretched like this way, that means squeeze, that means they can come closer and go upward, come closer, go upward. So here one vibrational energy can be happen, but we have to consider over here, whenever one vibration over is there, that means kinetic energy is changing, obviously kinetic energy is changing, but along with potential energy also changing. Why? Because if we think it is the center of this molecule, that means center of gravity we can say. So obviously whenever it is stretched out, that means the position has been changed, so potential energy has been changed. Whenever they are squeezed, they are coming to closer with each other. In that case also potential energy will be changed, that means position has been changed, potential has been changed. So obviously we have to remember that for each vibrational contribution equal to 2 into half kT. Though it is one vibration it is there, but two association is there. That means potential as energy has been changed as well as kinetic energy has been changed. So contribution will be kT. So therefore for each vibration the contribution will be kT. Here one vibration is there, so the contribution will be only kT. So total energy. So total energy over here, that means E total, that means E translational plus E rotational plus E vibrational. Let's see. As I mentioned earlier, that means E translational, it will be 3 into half kT, plus it will be 2 into half kT, and it will be kT. Ultimately we are getting, therefore we are getting the value. What the value we are getting? E total for diatomic total diatomic molecule what the value we are getting over here? 3/2 kT plus kT plus kT. So ultimately we are getting what? 7/2 kT for diatomic molecule. For diatomic molecule, total energy for diatomic molecule, it is the energy for a single molecule. But for one mole means we have to multiply with Avogadro number. E for diatomic molecule total, it will be 7/2 kT into N0. N0 means Avogadro number. It becomes what? So this is the way we can find out the value, total energy. That means total energy we can calculate. So overall, now we have to remember that now it is for diatomic molecule I have written. Now if this is not a diatomic, it may be triatomic maybe. So we have to think about that whenever. So general formula I am giving over here. So what will be the general formula? So E for a general formula, general one, it will be 3 into half kT for translational, into half kT for rotational, plus (3n-6) kT for vibrational. Mind that whatever I have written, it is for non-linear. For non-linear molecule. For linear, it becomes a slight change will be there. It will be first one, it is same. Second one, it will be 2 into half kT. And the third one, it will be 3n-5 kT. It is for vibration. So this is the part we have to remember. It's very important one. In general, I have written. It is very valuable. It is for a single molecule I have written. Whenever it is asked for one mole, in case of K, it will be R. So hope that in this segment we have understood the equipartition of energy. In the next segment of this part, we will discuss about the relation between the equipartition of energy and the heat capacity.